current champions of the Nigerian Professional Football League, has been dumped out by Mamelodi Sundowns after a 2-0 defeat in the second leg of the CAF Champions League second preliminary round tie. It actually ended in 7-1 aggregate to reach the group stage. Well, a very good evening to you. Welcome to another exciting edition of Lagos. Did I say Lagos Traffic? Sport Hangouts on Lagos Traffic Radio 96.1 FM. Arsenal fans, Arsenal, you guys are the one, making the round of sports across EPL, that's English Premiership, and for Manchester United as well. Manchester, it's all about Manchester United. Congratulations to you, oh my darling Chelsea. Anyways, it is what it is. And also Liverpool too. Sorry about that. And there you go, La Liga, El Clasico. We did saw what happened over the weekend. That was yesterday. Lamine Yamal, Vinicius Jr. says, "You talk too much." That was what Vinicius Jr. said to Lamine Yamal after that encounter yesterday. Yes, I am not alone in the studio. I've got with me my co-host in the studio, Ope. Good to have you on the show tonight. And also don't forget, I better know 15% cashback. But before we go there, okay, quickly introduce yourself.
Yes, good evening to our esteemed listeners that usually hang out with us every Monday. We are here again as usual to bring you latest as it hot in the world of sport, and also to tell you what to do on Betano. Like Francisca said, let me introduce myself, then I'll come back to tell you, to give you gist as they happen on Betano.
Amazing stuff right there. And also to our listeners out there too, you can as well follow us on our social media platform, Facebook, Instagram, also TikTok, Sport Hangout, across all our various social media platforms. So we look forward to you following us across our social media platform. And just like I mentioned, of course, we've got Betano as here with you for you as well tonight, and it's still all about the 15% cashback. And I can also tell you for free, we can also tell you for free that, a lot of people, did cash out over the weekend. But before we talk about that, can we quickly talk about the 15% cashback?
Yes, it's all about the 15% cashback. But before that, do you know that some people actually cash out from Saturday up until Sunday? I told a friend now tell a friend that told another friend that he should place his money on Madrid to win, and they cashed out. But I reserve that gist for but for now, let me tell you about the 50% cashback. You can win up to 20,000 naira. That's what Betano are telling you right here. They said from Monday till Sunday, just play 1,000 naira or more, and you can get 15% on everything you put your money on. What they are saying is all about the 15% cashback to play on Betano Bonanza and Chance Machine 5. From Monday up until Sunday, just play 1,000, deposit 1,000 naira or more to play correct casino like Betano Bonanza and Chance Machine 5. And you can, if you did not get anything of all your losses, Betano is telling you that they are going to, refund you 15% of all your losses up to 20,000 naira. You can only get this on Betano, and this is why I am here to tell you the good news. Guys, what are you waiting for? Rush down to Betano right now and start spinning the wheels. And remember, terms and conditions apply. Like, you must be 18 years and above, and make sure that you are registering with your correct name, because we have issues of people coming to tell us that they didn't get their stake and all of that, and we find out that they didn't actually register with their original name that is on their NIN. So for you not to fall a victim of that, make sure you are 18 years and above, and make sure you are registering with your original name. So guys, I'm here to tell you that a whole lot is happening on Betano. Aside from the 15% cashback, you can also win a whole lot. Stake your money, put your money on where you're not just going to the VA center watching games and saying up Madrid, up Barcelona, up Manchester United. Put your money on it. But however, I'm here to tell you that it's all about the 15% cashback. So guys, start doing something on Betano.
All right, amazing stuff right there. So quickly start doing things on Betano, but let's quickly go for this break. Producer, we have to go for a break. When we come back, the show will continue.
Bro, I'm really tired of being in the friend zone.
Why? It's lovely.
You can't be serious.
100%. Take Shadi, for example. She's strictly a friend. She mentioned my name at Betano, and I got 1,000 naira free bet.
Friend zone it is then.
Now everyone wants to be in the friend zone. Refer a friend at Betano, and both of you will receive a 1,000 naira free bet. Betano. The game starts now. Bet responsibly. Available only to those over the age of 18.
See as you just dey cash out steady. Abeg, come so for your party now. Make I fit do better thing like you.
My guy, na Betano drop update oh. Hey, just refer your party them and both of una go get 1,000 naira free bet each.
Just like that?
Yes so.
Oh yeah, share your code with your people make una start the win. Betano, the game don start to. You no go fit play if you never reach 18. Play responsibly. Terms and conditions apply.
All right, thank you so much. You heard from Ope here talking about the 15% cashback on the Betano platform, which you can as well join via web version or even download the app. So she talked about 1,000 naira 15%. She talked about 15% cashback on every 1,000 naira, and you can even make it up to 20,000 naira, and you still get a 15% cashback. But hey, come on, this is the drill. It is just on casino games, also Bet Bonanza, and also Chance Game Machine 5. So that is only when you can get that 15% cashback, because a whole lot of people have been asking, but we need to clarify. We need to, make some clarification to say that, it's not all across the general, betting space. It is just on casino games. So if you get as low as 1,000 naira, you get a 15% cashback only if you engage. And if you also want to, up to 20,000 naira, you also get 15% cashback. So, but also remember, terms and conditions actually applies as well. And you have to be 18 years and above. And in all you do, you have to bet responsibly. Aside from that, yes, over the weekend we did see results. We saw games across all centers, from La Liga to EPL, German Bundesliga, French Ligue 1 as well. We saw amazing, interesting games and also interesting results too. But also, it is not over, because there are still also, games as we speak, but not your usual EPL game. But we can tell you that there's ongoing football games in Croatia, that's HNL. We also tell you that there's an ongoing game in Romania too. We also have Israel as well. There are games in Israel League, and we also have in Denmark too. So what are you waiting for? It's not necessary you have to wait for the EPL, La Liga, German Bundesliga. And also don't forget that you can also engage on, boxing, tennis, ice hockey, a whole lot you can engage on the platform. All you have to do is to just download the app, or better still, go to betano.ng, then begin to engage on the platform. So away from that, we talked about, Remo Stars, being dumped out of the CAF Champions League at actually the preliminary round, and it was not looking good for this current champions of the Nigerian Professional Football League. So the big question now is, what lesson should Remo Stars take from this defeat on this continent? Okay.
A whole lot of lesson to take away from that, because it obviously showed that Remo Star can match the level of Sundowns. Like I said last week before the second leg, I said, see, these people are being paid well. Can any team in Nigerian Professional League play a player up to $5,000? We are not even paying up to $1,000 here. And again, we need to start attracting players from the West. Yeah. Let's conquer the West, like in Mali, let's be in Benin Republic. Let's attract players from there. And again, I think Remo should know that it's not the end. Before the likes of Enyimba started winning, in their days of winning, they suffered loss like this, defeat like this. So it is what it is. I believe they should go back to the drawing board and see how they can up players' money. I think they are trying, so to say, at least.
When you say up players' money, you mentioned the fact that they should also attract players from the western part
region,
in Africa. But when you talk about up players' money, how much more money do you think? Is there an idea of, this person earns this particular amount of money? I think that's where the problem. We need to identify. So when you say money, is it that they are being paid less than 150,000, or they are being paid maybe 400,000 or 500? Then we are saying, we are looking at maybe something like 5 million naira, 2 million naira, 1 million naira.
I think the highest paid as at last season, the highest paid collected 1 million naira.
Fair enough.
1 million naira. You can't compare that with somebody earning.
I understand, but our,
So why I'm saying this is we need to start attracting investors. We are talking about Mamelodi Sundowns. I think
we have what it takes. Maybe that's another question. Do we have what it takes to pay whoever that we have, invited? The Western players in Africa.
That's what I'm saying. We need to up the money in terms of. You talked about 1 million naira. Like I'm
just asking.
Like I said, Peter Saulule, the center forward for Sundowns, is a national team player for Namibia. Do you know how much Peter is collecting in Sundowns? It's more than 10 million. If you convert it to naira, it's more than 10 million. So those kind of player, they will give their best on the pitch. I'm not saying Remo Star did not try their best, but like I said, they need to go back to the drawing board. The owner of Remo Stars is actually trying. We can't dispute that. And he even said that they need to play that the best player needs to be attracted to play the league. So how will the best player be attracted to play the league? It's by saying, this is what I have on the ground.
Table.
Hakim Ziyech came back to Wydad. Wydad will not just call Hakim Ziyech like that. Hakim Ziyech have played for Chelsea. Wydad attracted him. How did they attract him? Because there's a money on the line. So all those things too, we need to start, letting investors see how big our league is. We need to start, calling for the government support. Not that some people will sit down and squander the money. Place it. Developmental football. Remo is trying. They have the lower boys, entering the normal team, the team itself, and they are doing wonders. But like I said, the level is big.
Okay, so that's Ope's opinion regarding that huge loss from Remo Stars. Moving on, let's also tell you the Rivers United coach Finidi George has actually led his side to a 3-1 win over Black Bull at the Goswell Akpabio Stadium, Oyo, a result which sent the pride of Rivers into the group stage of the CAF Champions League for the first time in history. Congratulations to Rivers United, and also congratulations to Finidi George. For me, I think this man has just been able to erase his name from the mouth of those who say, he's not a good coach, he's not this, that. So amazing stuff. So now the big question as well is, with this progression, can Rivers United level with other team in the continent?
If you can make it to the group stage, it's just a game at a time, because when Finidi was asked that same question, he said, see, for the fact that I'm in the group stage, let's wait for the draws to happen. Let's know who we were drawn with, and we'll take it from there. And I think that is a perfect answer to that question. It's a game at a time, and which Rivers United has done beautifully well. They went to Mozambique. It was a draw, and they came back to Uyo to kill it off, and that is what champions are made of. The first time they will qualify to the group stage, and they are saving Nigerians. The coefficient, at least they've helped us, because if they have lost, it would have been chaotic. Yeah. So it's a good one for Rivers United, representing a whole Nigeria and the league itself.
Okay, so in your own opinion as well, would you justify that Finidi George is a good coach?
He's a fantastic coach. I've never doubted.
The Super Eagles of Nigeria?
I've never doubted Finidi. What happened with the Super Eagles is, I think the NFF did not undo
management.
Yeah, exactly. They didn't
from him or from the players.
From the players to him, because see, there are sometimes you just have to back the coach, like the case of Amorim. Jimmy Ratcliffe said, see, I stand by him. I'm not sacking him. He will get the job done. So I think that would have been the case of Finidi. But it is what it is. He's doing well with Rivers United, and we are all happy about that.
Okay, let's take this break. When we come back, Sport Hangout will continue.
See as you just dey cash out steady. Abeg, come so for your party now. Make I fit do better thing like you.
My guy, na better no drop update. Hey, just refer your party them, and both of una go get 1,000 naira free bet each.
Just like that?
Yes, so.
Oh yeah, share your code with your people. Make una start the win. Better no. The game don start to. You no go fit play if you never reach 18. Play responsibly. Terms and conditions apply.
Bro, I'm really tired of being in the friend zone.
Why? It's lovely.
You can't be serious.
100%. Take Shade, for example. She's strictly a friend. She mentioned my name at Betano, and I got 1,000 naira free bet.
Friend zone it is then.
Now everyone wants to be in the friend zone. Refer a friend at Betano, and both of you will receive a 1,000 naira free bet. Betano, the game starts now. Bet responsibly. Available only to those over the age of 18.
Welcome back to the show. We're just having conversation off the mic, and our producer actually made a lot of sense regarding the Finidi George issue with the Super Eagles of Nigeria. And he said, you know what? There's a lot of power tussle when it comes to the Super Eagles of Nigeria. There's power to be. That's what he said. So what that means is that if you are a man of discipline, if you don't tolerate any kind of, thing, you cannot work with Nigerian Football Federation.
You just have to be tough.
The Super Eagles of Nigeria. So that was the issue with Finidi George.
Exactly.
Not that he wasn't a fantastic coach. Anyways, it is what it is. Don't forget about the 15% cashback. Would you quickly want to update them on that?
Yes. What we are saying about the 15% cashback is that
on Betano, right?
On Betano, is that Betano are doing wonders on that app. You need to be there. They're saying from Monday up until Sunday, just deposit 1,000 naira or more, and there's always 15% cash back up to 20,000 naira of all 1,000 naira you drop on that. So it's all about the cashback that we are talking about, and you need to run down there fast and start spinning the reels right there on Betano, and also check out on games. Also, yes, we are discussing about the 15% cashback, but don't forget about there's a whole lot for you to munch on Betano, and you can only get this on Betano, and that's why we are here to tell you, to give you the good news that Betano is doing on their platform.
All right, amazing stuff right there. just quickly go to betano.ng, or you download the app and begin to engage with the platform, or begin to engage on the platform. So quickly, let's look at FIFA on the 17 World Cup. The Flamingos, where they cruised past Samoa into the round of 16 after cruising to a 4-0 victory in the final group stage as one of the tournament's best and third placed team. They actually play Italy, who are yet to drop a point in this tournament. So, can they be confident enough to go past Italy?
It will be hard because the Italian girls.
Why did you smile?
The Italian girls are on fire at the top of their group. They never lost any game. They never drew any. They are scoring a whole lot of goals, and this is a Flamingo side that it took them the last game, to score as much as 4 goals. But Busayo Olowo-Okewe, the head coach of the Flamingos, has come out to say that yes, the Italian girls are good, but anybody can be beaten. So I'm holding on to his faith.
Okay.
I don't know what that means, but I'm holding on to that. Let's see how that panned out.
Okay. Down to Super Falcons of Nigeria, who are actually the 10 times champion of WAFCON, and it's all about the WAFCON qualifiers for 2026. Now we can say that the 10 times champion are in control in the WAFCON qualifiers after a 2-0 win in the first leg away from home. The second leg is to take place at the MKO Abiola Sport Complex. That's tomorrow, with the Falcons on aggregate earning a ticket to the 14th WAFCON in Morocco. Absolutely, they will get the job done here in Nigeria.
Yes,
we cannot just dispute to that. It's no brainer.
The captain of the Amazon ladies, the Benin Amazons, have come out to say, yes, we know how powerful the Super Falcons are. We know that they are the champions of Africa. We know that they are big, but I think we can do something. But well, everybody can dream.
For me, congratulations in advance to the Super Falcons.
She sounded like a dreamer to me.
That's what I can say, because this one is just right here in Nigeria. We will flog them, we'll flog them. So, okay, away from the local stories, let's go to EPL. Of course, let's start with the current top Premier League leaders, talking about Arsenal fans. I know you guys are really enjoying the momentum. They take a 4-point lead after a 9 wins in the Premier League. They defeated Crystal Palace with just a lone goal to extend an unbeaten run to lead to the table with 22 points. And of course, pundit Gary Neville backs Arsenal as title favorites due to rivals' inconsistency. So the big question now is, should we go with what Gary Neville has actually said, or is just a matter of time? Because we've seen situations whereby Arsenal comfortably sits on the top of the league 6-7 months, and before we could say Jack Robinson, they were like, oh, we are trying to struggle to make it second, or we make it top 4. Is it going to be the same thing this season?
In as much as
something different.
I want to go with Gary Neville, but that thought of Arsenal inconsistent, but they are looking so perfect. If there's or near perfection, they have the best defense in the middle. They are good to go. Their strikers are firing in all cylinders. And I think it's a good one for them to, keep going. 9 wins. It's let me stick with Gary Neville.
Okay, for Ope, she sticks with Gary Neville. But for me, until the day Arsenal wins the Premier League title, I'm sorry to say, in as much as I'm celebrating, and also I still have this iota of doubts for Arsenal until they win the league. I will not go that far supporting Arsenal, to be honest with you. Anyways, it is what it is. Let's move down to Manchester United, where they actually earned 3 consecutive Premier League wins under Amorim. for me, it's just still buying time. That has actually fueled fans' optimism about the team's upward trajectory after a 4-2 win over Brighton at the Old Trafford. So, is the Old Trafford becoming a fortress as it is used to be? Is the team really compact now? Is your team Ope? What can you say?
I think the boys are beginning to understand that. See, this is Manchester United. When you wear the shirt, it means a whole lot. And winning at home. Yes, winning at home, it means a lot. Gone are those days where any random team can just come to Old Trafford and get a point. But nowadays, I think the boys are beginning to understand that this is more than a club. This is a club where champions are made up of, and they are beginning to do well. Kudos to the boys, kudos to the coach in believing in those boys and not relenting. And I think they are doing better for themselves. But they need to take every game as they took the last one, and continue to play better and better, and let's see how that panned out. The mission is qualifying for Champions League.
Okay, mission qualifying for Champions League. Over the weekend I was asking, I don't want to put his name out there. Of course, if he's listening, he will definitely know that he's the one I was talking about. So I was asking him that, how was your weekend? He said, very well, fantastic. And you know what? Manchester United added spice to it too. And you know what I said to him? I said, you know what? Just take your time. Take your time. We know how this happens. This is actually only temporarily. And he responded to say to me that it shall be permanent.
Yes, sir. Winning shall be permanent.
So winning shall be permanent for Manchester United. We are waiting to see if that will eventually happen. Quickly before we wrap up on the show, El Clasico over the weekend, and it was just, Lamine Yamal, please, I beg you in the name of God, you have to save your career and do less of the talk do more of the talk rather on the field of play and not off the field of play, because after all those back and forth, a whole lot of said about he talked about Real Madrid, he could not even replicate all of those things on the field of play, and it was quite disappointing.
I think with Lamine Yamal as beginning to be distracted with a whole lot of things.
Absolutely.
And I think it's affecting him on the field of play. That being said, the El Clasico during the weekend came with a whole lot of vibe. It reminded me of the old El Clasico, the fight, the talk, the kick,
which El Clasico ends in with extra time of 11 minutes at some point. To be honest with you, the El Clasico for me, it's no longer looking classic.
It's no longer looking classic, but this weekend I think it gave me that vibe of old El Clasico.
Maybe because Barcelona lost anyway. But
that's why I like that.
I also saw a news whereby we saw the likes of the president, Laporta, speaking with Ansek Flake regarding Lamine Yamal. I just hope that they are able to manage him very well and also caution him to say, you know what, get the job done on the field of play. We can see Vinicius Junior saying, you talk too much. You talk too much. And for me, to be honest, I'm a Barcelona fan, but when I see things that are going the way it is, Messi never did this kind of thing. And as we speak, it's the greatest.
This generation of all these Gen Zs,
you don't want anything. You didn't.
That was why the opponent really dealt with him on the field of play.
Anyways, it is what it is for Barcelona. That's the size of the show. Thank you so much, Ope, for being part of the show, and so to our listeners too out there, we thank you so much for being part of the show. Sport Hangouts will be back again next week, but don't forget about the Betano 15% cashback. So go on the platform and begin to engage on the platform. Until then, it's bye for now and good night.